Okay, I'm in Bendigo, Bendigo East I think, and yet again another home, another hive. So this hive's been here for 3 to 4 years, based on neighbours and landowners' comments. So we're going, and a thermal image shows it's quite large. So we're going to frame it up, catch the queen, then once I've got all the comb out, we'll smoke the bees upwards and fill the low areas with old clothing, so the returning foragers don't have the old hive to come back to when they reorientate to the box, because I'll make a stand to set the hive up on, and leave it here for a week or so. Let's see how we go. Fingers crossed, all the plan. Okay, the hive is now exposed. At some point someone made an attempt to put insulation in the wall, but didn't fill it completely, hence why there was room for the bees to move in. We'll fill the cavity with old clothing once we're done, just to delete the cavity. But yeah, beautiful hive. It's been here for quite some time. It goes in under the bath. Let's see if we can move some of this insulation out of the way. See how deep it goes. Doesn't, possibly not massively deep, but we won't know until we get rid of or pull out this section. Fingers crossed. It's not that hard. I'm going to have to use some smoke, not to calm them down, but just to move them so I can actually see what I'm cutting, because at the moment there's a wall of bees. There we go. So you can see the cavity's quite deep under the bath. The bees go quite a way in there. It definitely made it hard for me. Very big hive, very big hive. But we'll just keep working away at it and see what we get by the end. This is the first full layer of brood. You can see here. So interesting. Okay. Yet again another cavity that just keeps on giving. It's really big. That's the bath. The comb there only goes up about another 5 centimetres, and there's a comb over there. I'm trying to clear off around the bath area so I can keep filling up the cavity with old clothes and slowly block the bees out from the cavity, particularly once I've got the queen. But we'll just keep going. Okay, slowly getting the bees out. Huge hive, like literally. Still a little bit of comb to go that way, but not a huge amount, just tricky to get access to. And a little bit up top, and still haven't got the queen. So yeah, we'll just keep going. Okay, this hive is huge-ish, as in the hive goes up cavity walls. There's a cavity up there, and the bees can go up there, but thankfully we got the queen. I'm going to leave her in the cage, dangle her in the box, scoop heaps of the bees in, and then build a frame to put the hive box on, and leave it here for a week. Okay, we've got heaps more old clothing under there to shove into the cavity, but the cavity's quite messy at the moment, so we're I'll let them clean it all up. There's only a little bit of fanning at the entrance, so what I'll have to do is come back on Friday morning before I do some work in Malden and just scoop up any bees that I find. We'll see what it looks like. We're back here in Bendigo. The bees rejected the box. and the queen, which is really frustrating. Not all of them rejected, so there's some in the box that, not many, just a few, that are looking after the brood, which is a good thing, because since they rejected the queen in the cage, they actually killed her off. So now we'll scoop heaps of these into the box and then vacuum the rest. And then fill the cavity. But yeah, frustrating, but it can happen, but it's huge. There's literally thousands and thousands of bees here. Brilliant. Okay, I now have my explanation as to why the bees abandoned the queen we pulled out of this hive. There were 2 queens in this hive. This is a comb they have made since we finished the job, and you will see little baby eggs in the comb. Let's see how closely we can focus. So yeah, baby eggs, which means this was a 2 queen hive, and they've abandoned the queen we caught, which must have been the older queen, for the younger queens. So, oh well, we'll just bevac them into the hive box and see if we see the queen. But yay, exciting times. They always make it interesting, don't they? Okay, great news is my assessment was correct, and there is the other queen. So I'm going to put her in the vacuum box so she doesn't go through the vacuum, and then I've just got not many left. Well, not many. I've got all them to go. Yeah, so it was a double queen hive, and they left the box for the queen that wasn't in the cage. So well, it gets easier from here. Okay, we've filled the old cavity with some old clothing from the neighbour. As the homeowner puts the boards back on, he'll fill the rest of the cavity with old clothing. There's a handful of bees left over at the end that it was too hard to get to them, but yeah, so they'll come out over the next couple of days and unfortunately pass on. But all done. That was unexpected.